Okay, hello everyone. Just making this for YouTube, and this is gonna be another RuneScape video, and I'm gonna do some more bossing, and I'm just gonna do some more simple. This video is just gonna be some more simple bosses. So I'm gonna do two easy bosses. I'm gonna do the King Black Dragon and the Giant Mole. So just gonna do the two bosses in this video because they are pretty simple. And going to my this time, still gonna be doing melee. I did get this though. I got the Reaver's Ring, which is cool. Gets a lot of bonuses and stuff, so that's really cool. And then I'm using dual wield, so I don't have the Langs, the tier 95 ones. I know you can get the Shard of Genesis, and you can upgrade them to tier 100, and that's, I think every combat style you can get to tier 100. But those are really expensive, and I don't have to have best in slot gear and stuff. That's not really, an interest for me. Sometimes I upgrade my gear and stuff, but having best in slot and stuff is not really that interesting for me, just because some of the higher level stuff, it doesn't really offer like a lot of bonuses and stuff. Sometimes it's just kind of, you do similar damage and stuff, even with different abilities and stuff. Some higher level gear is really cool, but I've noticed for weapons and stuff, it's kind of more about the abilities and stuff and the presets you use rather than the gear you have. You still have to have some good gear and stuff, but I just get gear that I like. I don't want to spend all my money and stuff. So for the main hand, I got the Dark Ice Shard, and then the offhand, I got the Dark Ice Sliver. These are still really good. They're tier 85. They still have really good stuff, though. So that's my setup, and just got some food and stuff. These are going to be simple bosses, so I don't need... I can use prayer and stuff, but I don't think I'll need prayer potions. So this is the King Black Dragon. And let's just do a public encounter. And this is a really cool boss I've always found. I like the graphics and stuff here. The music and everything too. I mean, I like all the music in RuneScape, but obviously, this is muted for, don't want copyright on YouTube and stuff, but... So obviously I'm doing dual wields, so I'm going to be needing a bit of food. Oh, I forgot. I needed the anti-fire stuff, but I should have had a potion. I should have drank that, but we're almost through this boss, so that's okay. Doesn't have to be perfect to eat some food and stuff. And yeah, it's a really cool boss, and all the music and stuff. And like I was saying, this is muted for YouTube. I don't want copyright, but it is, just the music and stuff in this game is really cool. So, still have some more food. Maybe I can wait for him to spawn again. And then, yeah, for anyone out there, if you're playing this game, I always found, trying to get a lot of boss kills and stuff, to upgrade your stuff, throughout the PVM hub, just do simple bosses. Like, when I got to get 500 boss kills, I just did this King Black Dragon. If you have the right, anti-fires and all that stuff, you can just AFK here, and if you're high level and everything. So, that's really cool. I wonder if I should pray melee. I think he is melee. So... But yeah, you can get a lot of boss kills with some easier bosses. And this is cool True Masterwork without True Masterwork. I got a dual wield presets and stuff. Technically melee does help. He's a higher level boss, but I just got a dual wield preset. So this is yeah, it is. Let's eat food here. Let's not die. Okay, so I killed him 2 times. Definitely pretty good, I think. So I have a bit more food, maybe one more time. And then after this, I'm going to do the Giant Mole. Yeah, I remember when I used to play RuneScape when it was RuneScape 2. A lot of my friends, they love bossing and everything. I was never into bossing. I got into bossing recently. So, but bossing is a lot of fun. I haven't done a lot of higher level bosses, so I haven't made a ton of money. I've made some money, but mainly if I make money, it's from skilling and stuff. So let's do this one more time. I got enough food. And yeah, Trim Masterwork does help here. Pretty good. What level is he? 276. So pretty, it's a higher level. But yeah, I've gotten more into bossing and stuff. So it's been pretty cool. So yeah, there we go. Okay, so that's really cool for King Black Dragon. So let's teleport out of here, and then I am sorry for my voice here. I got a cough. I I live in I live in I live in Canada, so it's cold and stuff. So my voice kind of goes and stuff. And I did have the flu, not a bad flu, but just kind of had a bit of the flu lately. So sorry for my voice. But my voice is, I think, getting better and stuff. My flu is gone. I just just rested and stuff, and I took some Tylenol, and yeah, just rested and everything, and then I felt better. But I live in Canada, and I notice just the change of the weather. Sometimes Canada gets really cold, so it kind of affects my voice and stuff. Or sometimes if I'm podcasting, I podcast. I don't podcast that often. I do an episode every. I upload every 2 days to Spotify, but sometimes if I podcast and talk a lot, then my voice isn't the best. But that's okay. Okay, so that was pretty. I need. Let's go do the giant mole now. Just need some more food. And yeah, we'll go do the giant mole. I'm not going to tune my portal to Giant Mole. It's in Falador, so we'll just go to Falador and then do the Giant Mole. We got a bit of lag here, but I am teleporting. There's a lot of players here. So, there we go. So, I haven't gotten I haven't done that much bossing. But the only drops I've gotten, I got from Rathus. I got the Heart of the Berserker. I know you can buy one of those, but I got the Heart of the Berserker from Rathus, and then I bought the Berserker rings on the Great Exchange, got the Reaver's ring, upgraded to that, and then I got, just gonna grab my phone here. It was from Grigorovic. It was worth like 10 mil. Yeah, it's worth like 10 mil. Let me go find on the wiki here. Let me go find the drops. It was what was the price? It was from Grigorovic the first time I completed that boss. I got an offhand Shadow Glaive. It's worth 10.1 mil. So I sold it for I got like 10 mil. That was a cool drop. And then just the drop from Rathus I talked about for the Heart of the Berserker. And here's the giant mole. But yeah, a lot of people do bossing and stuff to make money. I did the King Black Dragon. I got like 500 kills with the King Black Dragon, but I didn't get any drops or anything. I got like a King Black Dragon head, but that was about it. But I never made money or anything. And that's totally okay. So, oh yeah, the giant mole. Remember, he's over there. So, okay. So yeah, I'm definitely interested in, I know they're going to update around the end of February. They're going to add in the new combat, the abilities updates, stuff like the combat modernization. That'd be kind of cool to check that out. I think the reason I kept playing RuneScape was because Evolution of Combat. I liked how they, evolved the game. I know there's still legacy mode and stuff. You can still play like RuneScape 2, but for me, I liked Evolution of Combat, and that's why I kept playing this game. So yeah, just kind of cool. I mean, it still is RuneScape and stuff, but I really just liked Evolution of Combat. So, and the combat modernization, I know it's just like a couple updates to abilities and stuff like that, but it does look pretty cool. So looks pretty interesting. Obviously, I'm not into beta testing it or anything, but it's still, I like the update. It looks pretty cool with videos I've watched on it. Like, it's similar, just kind of improves a little bit of the ability stuff, and things like food, adrenaline, and just makes things kind of more interesting, I think, because that's why everyone uses necromancy, is because necromancy is pretty simple. Like, necromancy is a more modern combat style to add to this game. I don't know where the giant mole went, but necromancy is more modern, and necromancy has less abilities and stuff, and you just like upgrade your gear and your abilities and everything, and then from there you just use necromancy. It's very simple. Necromancy is definitely, I find necromancy is it's more, necromancy came out a couple years ago, so it's more modern. But I've always liked, I don't use necromancy that much, but I do like the other styles. I like melee, and I was getting into using range. Range is pretty cool, and I also like magic, so that's pretty cool, I think. But just doing melee for this, because melee is my best setup and stuff for bossing. And I haven't done bosses. There we go. Achievement. Defeat the giant mole solo in less than 4 minutes. Oh, defeat the giant mole in less than 5 minutes. There we go. So I've killed 4 giant moles in normal mode. Really cool. So that's really interesting. Didn't even need food or anything. So very cool. So I'm just going to teleport out. I don't need to do the giant mole again. So very cool, I think. That was fun. Got achievements and stuff. But yeah, I've done Barrows. The Barrows brothers, I did that with necromancy, tier 60 gear. But other than that, I've just been doing melee and stuff. I do have I got 81 range and 82 magic. I'm almost 83 magic. And yeah, 85 necromancy. So, I'm got some more upgrades and everything, but with my gear and stuff. But I do like melee, and I like magic too. But I do like ranged also. I like necromancy too. So be cool to see when all the combat stuff is updated. So, oh, that's really cool. That is a inverted. It's an inverted 120. Let me examine the gear. Oh, I can't see the gear. Okay. But yeah, that's a inverted. I think that's inverted. Yeah, that's inverted 120 divination cape. Pretty cool. So some of the new gear. See, a lot of players use this over here. This guy, kind of a mixture of stuff, but you can get that tier 95. I think that's some other. He has some of the items, but you can get he also has completionist cape. That's really cool. But you can get some of Raziel's stuff. The first necromancer, like, you can buy his gear in the Grand Exchange. I think the weapons, all the armor and stuff, are like probably a couple billion GP. And then from there, you can use like the Shard of Genesis, and you can get that and upgrade like tier 100 to necromancy, tier 100 your weapons and stuff. So that's really cool. I think some of them you can upgrade. So yeah, this was this was a cool video. So yeah, this was good. Just did the 2 bosses and stuff, and got some achievements. So yeah, this is really really cool and fun to make this video. So yeah, that'll be it for this video, guys. So see you guys in the next one. Peace out.